Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to use Selenium Web Driver, and we're going to use a Chrome browser for that. So we're going to use also a Chrome driver. We're going to include that in our project. So just let's create a console application. Okay, just to play with it. So create next on your Visual Studio, and let's name it Selenium test Facebook. So let's give it a name like that, and then we'll go next and then create. Okay, so we have our main, and then we have a console saying hello world. So let's just check it just by hitting on this play button, Selenium test Facebook, and then see if it pops up hello world. Alright, so it did. So it says hello world, so it works. The next thing is we want to install our Selenium Web Drivers. So to do that, we just simply can right click on this project name, and then we go to manage NuGet packages, and then next thing is we can just go into browse and then type in a name called, say, Selenium. Okay, so we install Selenium Web Driver. You can install the latest available stable version. So okay, we'll say accept, and this will install it. Okay, done. The next thing is we need to install also a Chrome driver, because we're going to use a Chrome browser for that. And I'm going to use the latest version again, 91 at this time, and my Chrome driver or my Chrome browser also updated, and it has a version of 91. So this is very important, because when the Selenium tries to run the Chrome itself, Chrome browser, if you have a different version, it may not be able to run it. So it's very important that you pick the same version that you have on your Chrome browser. So these things needs to be the same. So, and you may ask, like, how do I find out the version of Chrome? So let's take a look. So all you need to do is just open up a browser and then go to setting, help, and say click on about Google Chrome. Here you go, my version is 91, so it's all good. Okay, so let's install it then. Install. Okay, done. And we go back to program, and then the next thing what we need to do is we need to install or include our code, these libraries that we just installed, the packages. So we just type it in, say using openqa dot selenium, and using openqa dot selenium dot chrome. As you guys can see from the list, you can also use Edge, Firefox, Internet Explorer, so Opera. So these are also available, but in our case we're going to use Chrome. So and the next thing is, so we no longer need hello world, we can just remove it. Let's initialize our Chrome driver just by saying iWebDriver driver equals to new Chrome driver. There you go. And next we type in the code where we want to navigate to our URL. In our case it will be facebook.com. So we'll say driver.navigate. Oops, sorry. Navigate. Did I misspell it? No. Okay. Go to URL, and we say https www, and say Facebook dot. My typing is awesome today. So here you go. And the next thing is we want to maximize our window. So we'll say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, and after that we want to sleep for 2 seconds. let's suppose like, or we can sleep a little bit more. Say sleep 2 seconds, 2000 milliseconds. Yeah. So it doesn't know what thread means, so we need to install another library, like we say threading. There you go. It included our threading, so we're using this. Okay, and that's it. This code is enough to open up the browser and then go to URL of facebook.com. So let's go ahead and try it. Okay, here you go. It opened up this browser, and as you guys have noticed, it says Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Okay, well, awesome. So let's go ahead and do next steps. So next, what we want to do is we want to get an email address, by ID, and let's say a password by name. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, for that we need to say declare iWeb element and say ELA driver dot find element, and we say by, we want by ID, and say, well, I don't know what's the ID, but I know that once I get it, I can send the keys to it. So I say send keys, and my username was Zukra Kalikova. There you go. This is just a test user. Oops. There you go. And after that, I want to sleep again a little bit because I don't want the Facebook to freak out, because it should think that I am more real, because we don't want it to think that we're trying to hack in or something. So we want to sleep a little bit here. And the next thing is I want to get by name a password, or by ID, but this time let's try to make it by name. So I just copy pasted the code from there, from above, and I say ELA1, and this time I want to get it by name, but yet I don't know what name is. I'll find out in a few minutes. And I want to send my password, ELA1 dot send keys, and my password is this. There you go. It's a temporary password. And after that, I want to click on a button. Yeah. So to do that, I have to get that button again. So I say iWeb element again, ELE2. Let's call it button. And I say driver dot find the element, and this time I'm gonna get it by XPath. So you can see. So you learn how to use XPath also. Okay, good. And next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on that button. Say click. Again, I'm gonna sleep a little bit. Sleep for 3 seconds. And after that, well, I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply close the driver. And now let's find out these values that I need to run my code. And I'm going to find that from the browser itself. So to do that, I need to just run my browser, go to Facebook. Well, why don't I do it here? Just by debugging it. So I'll just say run it. Okay, still running. There you go. Oh, it stopped here. Okay, so I'm back on this browser. While it's debugging, I'm going to take a look what's the ID of this field. So I'll just go ahead and inspect the element, and let's see, there you go, it's input, and its ID is called email, and I could have get it by name also, and it's also called email. Okay, let's take a look at the second one, password, and the same, the name is pass and ID is a pass. Okay, good. And I can go back to my code and then type in these, but before that, let me find out, let me copy paste this button XPath. I could have used its name as a login, but instead I'm going to just get its XPath just by copying it like that. Copy full XPath. Okay, so I stopped the debugging and let me type in these values. Email, and the name was pass, and I have in my buffer XPath, the full XPath, so I'll just Control V. There you go. Now I have the full XPath of this element. Okay, so let's go ahead and try. So I'm gonna remove this debug. So I'll just go ahead and say Selenium test Facebook, and then let's see if it will work. There you go. This is not me, it's typing in itself. Okay, it's waiting. Now it needs to click on that, and what happens next? Okay, now we're in. I can just say allow. Okay, we just logged in into the Facebook. Okay, now we can just close it. Just a quick note, I had to sleep a little bit longer here, because if I sleep for 3 seconds, it logged in, and in 3 seconds it closed the driver. That caused me to close the browser also. So I increased this, and then this will give me plenty of time to take a look to the result. So this is a very simple way of using it. It's just introduction of Selenium driver, and in our next video I'm going to show you guys how to use a little bit more advanced version of the same code with elements like wait, and plus we're gonna bring this out into the separate class and actually start using our test project instead of just a console. So thank you guys, bye bye.